How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Big D here. It's time to review the following series finale, but the 2-hour series finale. So that means season 3, episode 14 and episode 15. Episode 14 is titled Dead or Alive. Episode 15 titled The Reckoning. So this is I'll be reviewing episode 14 first. Should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you my pros and cons and final score. Then I'll jump to the last episode, episode 15. 2 minutes to recap, pros, cons, final score, etc., etc. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is the series finale. This is it. I mean, this is it. No more after this, man. Hopefully, again, hashtag save the following. Dude, guys, it does make a difference. At least that's what we keep on telling ourselves. I mean, come on. Let's do it. Because it's a fantastic show. Spoilers. I mean, let's get into this. Let's dive deep. I'm going to try to rush through episode 14 because that's a minority. Let's get to the final episode. So, episode 14, rush that out of the way. Let's go. So, Dead or Alive. Mike is in surgery, of course. I'm not going to explain much. If you've seen my reviews, then you should know how the episode went if you've seen it. So, Mike is in surgery. Ryan wants to leave the FBI, basically saying, okay, Gwen, after this, I'm done. Yeah, right. So, Theo visits Liza, and basically, it's so weird because he kills, like, her guards, and she's like, are you crazy? Yeah, a little. I mean, I was like, that's pretty good humor. It's some dark humor up in there. I also like how he was like, I'm sorry for the mess, but something tells me your housekeeper is amazing. Anyway, Theo is going after Gina Mendez, I believe. Jess Mendez. She's a good character, man. She got married in the first episode of season 3. Remember the wedding and everything. And she has, like, I don't know if those are her kids technically or else grandkids. I guess that's her kids. Adopted, but they're so cute. Like the little boy is like, he's like, ah, it's so cute. I like little kids. Anyway, not like that, but still, like, he's a chunky monkey. Look at him, he's a chunky monkey, is he not? He's like, yeah, small. He's like, yeah, so cute. Anyway, so Theo and his men are taking guards out, and literally a knife to the head. It reminded me of Scream, the movie Scream 5 or Scream 4. Is it Scream 4? Like stabbed in the head. It's intense. Anyway, the FBI meets Liza. At least they run into Liza, but of course, Liza acts like her. She changed her name Annie. Or friends, I don't know. It's different. And Theo wants Ryan to meet Gina at the safe house, but of course, you know, it's Gina, but Theo is making her do it. So you know, it's a trap. It's a trap. But Ryan knows it's a trap. So Liza wants Ryan alive. So Ryan is at the safe house and he's talking to, or excuse me, Ryan is at the safe house and they're basically talk, and you know, he knows Theo's there and everything, so they're talking, and he's saying, Theo basically saying, oh, your kids are in the safe room, whatever, until this house is burning, blah blah blah, etc. So he's making threats. And anyway, Gina shoves Daisy out of the way. Like, I mean, she gets out of her restraints and she just shoves her. Like, why didn't you grab the gun? Why didn't you grab the gun, for one thing? Why didn't you shoot her? Like, I mean, she just shoved her like, let's go. Why didn't you shoot Daisy? You're an FBI. You shot people before. Why are you afraid to grab the gun and shoot her or wound her? You just, oh, you still have the gun. But I didn't knock you out. You just, let's go. You're not even running fast. What are you doing? I mean, that part I was like, really? Really? I don't buy that. So you could have done better. I was like, WTF, man. So Max kills Daisy. It was very anticlimactic. Like, Daisy was just like, boom, 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 dead. I was like, okay, well, write her off. All right, whatever. So Ryan chases Theo in the woods, and there's an officer down, Officer Barton. And basically, Theo's behind Ryan, right in the street. So that's the episode. He turns around, and Theo's right there, and follow him. What did I think about this episode overall? Let me get to my cons first, right off. This is a big action episode, but I didn't like the action. I'm sorry. The thing is, the gun sound effects. The guns sounded so muzzled, and it didn't have a silencer on it. It just said pew pew, and I was like, what? What is this? I mean, what is this sorcery here, man? I mean, seriously, the gun effects sounded not realistic. They sounded different from other episodes. the action just wasn't, like, Ryan, like, there's 3 or 4 different times when Ryan should have been shot. This guy had a clear view of him, and he was, like, on the ground, pew, 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 and Ryan didn't get shot at all. He was in clear view, not in any cover. You suck at you're a guard. How do you miss? Why? I don't get it. And also, when Max went to go run after Daisy, why didn't she say, hey, over here, back up? Why do you go run alone and no one else runs with you? What? Anyway, so the whole Liza scene, I don't care for Liza. Everyone knows. I'm not nothing against the actress, but the character, who cares? Who cares? The Liza scene. Anyway, Gwen's message. Oh, there was Gwen was narrating over. She was like recording the heartbeat of the baby. Who does that? Just wait till Brian gets to, like, how doesn't a message cut out after a while? At least from what I've known, when you cut it, like it's only a minute, you leave a message. It's not like you could have a 20-minute message and be like, oh yeah, you. And she calls the exact moment when Ryan's in the woods looking after Theo. It's like, wow, the irony. And also the FBI guys, the ones who worked for Liza and now they dressed up as FBI people. They make it so obvious, so obvious. Now, the pros. I'm sorry for going too deep in there, but I had to be honest, man. This is a series finale, or close to it, so let's be honest. The ending, yet again, is amazing. I just have to say, Theo behind him, I was like, oh, it's about to go down. But, of course, the episode doesn't open. The next, he's knocked out. But the ending, for sure. The music, I like how every time the following ends, or at least when you know it's a good episode, it has that music at the end, you know, like that, you know, like a sweet dream, you know, from Marilyn Manson and everything. Of course, like, I'm not saying that's how it ended, but certain episodes have different music endings, so those were very good. It's creepy, very creepy. I mean, what's creepy is Theo is like, I want your whole family. I was like, that's disturbing. That is not, you picture it right off, like, okay, the kids are in the safe room, whatever, and it's not going to go well. You get those creepy visuals, and it's scary, and it messes with your head. Also, Theo and Gina and the family, and just, I like how they showed Gina in her house, and in the safe house, and just with her kids, and with her wife. I mean, I just love how they show that thing, and they show, they just don't, like, bring the character, okay, kill her off. They didn't kill her off, but they show her doing family stuff. It's, hey, let's show this, you know, let's not be in a rush, let's do this. I like that, so that's really cool. Also, the dialogue and Mike in the hospital, seeing him wired up and everything, impressive, you know, just doing all that thing, just having him in the hospital is very, it's a punch to the gut, hurting, like, oh, that sucks, but also, it's amazing. It doesn't suck, but I'm saying, like, Mike's in the hospital, you feel for him. The camera angles and the shaky when you're running through the woods, I do enjoy that very much. You know, I'm not a huge fan of shaky cams, but for the following, they do the steady cam and then they do the shaky cam, so it's a variety of different camera angles and camera ways. Also, the kills and the knife to the head was very, very well done. I do say that was my favorite. Like, that's a way to go. And he didn't get to enjoy his coffee. He was just like, yeah, whoa. So, I'm going to give this episode a solid B. It's a good episode. It's not great. It's not that bad, but it had its moments, and then it didn't have its moments. Again, it's not very realistic. It's very not realistic, but still, it's a solid B, an 8.45 out of 10. It's still very enjoyable. It's good to get a B. Don't get a D or an F. Gosh, I never given a show a D before. Never. That didn't even exist, actually. I don't know. Anyway, episode 15, the series finale, technically. The Reckoning. Okay, I'm just going to go through this one real quick. I love how in the beginning, of course, Theo's escorting him to this dungeon, and he's like, you're not the one to kill me. And Theo's like, how do you know that? Like, I love how Ryan's talking back. Ryan's not afraid. Ryan is kind of have like that, like, okay, Mike's not around, Max is not around, I'm going to be myself. That's like psychotic, like, you're not going to kill me. You know how Ryan's changed over the past episodes where he's just more psychotic? I mean, that's really amazing. Anyway, Theo has Ryan, and he looked he's locked with Barton in the dungeon. So he basically talks to Barton and tells her basically like, hold on, you have to hold on, and think about your father, your boyfriend, just hold on to that, don't go out on me. Theo is drowning Ryan, and Ryan is talking back, of course, to Theo. Theo kills Barton right in front of Ryan, and it sucks because Barton was injured and getting her throat slit and everything. It's very I don't know, I'm losing my way. It's very intense, and it sucks because I was like, Barton's gonna make it, okay, hopefully, this character will at least, why does every FBI agent have to die? So Theo kills Barton, so that happens. And then Liza's men literally come after Theo. I thought it was the FBI people going after Theo. I literally thought that was going down. I was like, what? They're just gonna, like, a bunch of, and, excuse me. That was intense. I thought Theo would die just like that, like, okay, shoot him, he's done. Now Ryan, you messed with us type of thing, but that didn't go down. Ryan's boss is bad, Hopkins, Lisa Hopkins. She's working with Liza. At that moment, I was kind of like, Hopkins is bad. I didn't see that coming, but I'm not shocked. I'm not like, I was kind of like, of course there's a bad FBI agent. Of course, yeah. I didn't know how I did not see that coming, but I wasn't shocked. So Thea is getting, or excuse me, I keep on saying Thea. I'm sorry. Thinking about Arrow here. Theo is getting tortured, and Liza is threatening Ryan. Basically, Ryan fights back. Theo sees the baby picture and like the ultrasound and all that. I'm gonna say ultraviolet for a second. And he basically threatens Ryan, and he says, "I'm gonna wait until Gwen, is pregnant and delivers, and then I'm going to destroy your future, because that's what it's all about, Ryan, the future." And at that moment, I thought, like, Michael Ealy playing Theo is amazing, but at that last moment, they kind of switched Theo more into a cliched villain. They turned him more into a cliched villain. So I was kind of disappointed in that. So Theo ends up escaping. Ryan is, he finds his way to Max. Theo ends up getting Gwen, and they basically have their final showdown at this bridge. Of course, it always has to be a bridge. And Theo gets shot in the head by Ryan. And Theo's down on the ground. I'm just kind of summarizing this up. And both fall. I mean, Theo literally comes back up, and he's still alive, has a bullet in his head and everything, and he runs to Ryan, and they both fall over the bridge rail. And Ryan's last words to Gwen, he's holding on, he's like, "I love you." And he just like falls. And at that moment, I was like, I don't like it. But then it continues, of course, obviously, because it reveals that Ryan is alive. But that moment, right when Gwen is next to Mike and Max, and she says Ryan's gone, and everyone tears up. I teared up that moment because it's just such an intense moment. So Ryan is at the hospital, and he kills Hopkins. He kills her, and again, I always predicted he's going to become a psychotic, person, but he's doing it also for the right reasons, because he's going to go after Liza's bosses, I guess, which will lead into a season 4, but since it's canceled, I can't really enjoy it that much, can I? Now, he sees Mike, Max, and Gwen, Gwen. He sees him at the end, and he kind of just looks, and he's passing them by, and they think he's dead, and he's right there. It's a very intense moment, and it's crying. I'm crying. It's that good. So it sucks that that Ryan's walking, and I always thought to myself, wouldn't it be awesome if we see Joe walking next to him? Like, wouldn't that be so cool? I mean, that'd be a way better ending. It was a genius ending for a series finale. I gotta say, it is genius. Now, the whole "I love you" thing, and just fall, like, what are you doing? You're on a net. You're not like holding on like with, just climb up. Oh, I'm holding on to nets with a bunch of holes that I could grab onto, but I'm too lazy. Just climb up. I didn't see Gwen go like, oh, here, really? Anyway, but still, I do gotta say, the series finale, like the ending is, if it never returns, which I hope it does, it's so beautifully of a season 4 storyline that could go on. But if it doesn't, genius ending, dude. I love it. The final shot and everything. It gets me super excited on where they're taking, or where they took the character. So, the cons of this episode. Hopkins being bad. That thing, I just kind of felt like they're revealing it in the final episode. That felt too rushed. That felt like, if you maybe would have done it maybe when Tom was still alive, maybe that would have been a different thing, but why reveal it the last episode? It didn't really hit me, like, surprise me, and yeah, I was like, okay. Like, she thinks she's such a cool badass, like, okay, Liza, and like, I don't know, they didn't really explain why she was doing what she was doing, but I guess she's getting extra care and everything, and I guess she wants an upgrade in the Bureau, but okay. Also, Liza and the group, when they were, I'm sorry, I don't see what that says. Liza and group were, I'm sorry, torturing. When they were like torturing and everything, like, again, I don't care for Liza. Honestly, she's all threatening. You know what my people do and everything to Ryan? It's like, Ryan doesn't care. He honestly doesn't. He wants to get out of there. It's simple. Also, it's slow, and there are some slow scenes in this finale, and there are some boring scenes. Like, again, like Liza and the whole thing. And I've seen Theo being tortured, kind of getting a dose of his own medicine. That was kind of interesting, but still, again, the whole, like, Liza and her whole army being in there. But the thing is, Ryan, one guy took down, like, let's say they're Black Ops. They're not Black Ops, but like a Black Ops special unit team. There's like 6 or 7 of them, and there's one of Ryan. And Ryan's kind of wounded. How did you take all of them out? It's kind of just, I'm saying, shouldn't they be, I mean, they really suck at being special ops. I know they're not special ops, but Liza's group of men, and I'm pretty sure they're trained. So that kind of brought me out of it. Well, I was like, okay. And then Theo just runs, but again, Theo threatening about his family and everything. I wish they could have kept Theo alive to do a season 4 where he could have been dragged on more. I don't mind Michael Ealy, man, but I feel like his character Theo at the end kind of just twisted around and became more cliched villain. You know, oh, with the evil mustache, you know, like, oh, cliched. So that part was kind of eh. Now the pros. Like I said, over the past 4 episodes of the following, the ending of this episode is, again, a great series finale. The music, and it goes with it very well, actually. I want to hear that music again. And the opening of the "You're not the one to kill me" and the speech and the dialogue and the way it's all written for each character. The emotional weight that is in this episode and the outcome, where Mike's character is going to go, where Mac's character is going to go, and how they're going to be a family with Gwen. And I like how Gwen wasn't a follower. Everyone thought she was a follower. I thought she was a follower. She never was. She was just actually a regular person, so that was pretty cool. So it is, again, very intense. And the threats, it's crazy. Theo and the acting, and Ryan and Barton, just seeing actually Ryan not talking to a main cast member and talking to an agent, like actually an agent means something, that was really awesome. We finally got to see an FBI agent have a moment, you know. Oh my gosh, he actually talked, like they're not just bait, they're people, they're human beings. So that was really cool. And I like how all the people are like, yes sir, like to Ryan, and Ryan doesn't say nothing back, but I noticed that, like, the FBI people are like, yes sir, and I really haven't noticed that in the past 2 seasons. Like, they're really acknowledging him more, so that's really awesome. And Theo survived with a headshot. I mean, I didn't expect that for him to get up, but whatever floats your boat, man. Yeah, basically that's it, man. The following, I'm going to give the series finale, episode 15, a B+. Overall, it's a good series finale. And again, the final shot. The action overall, you know, what I said about the Liza's man and everything. Now, if it was the FBI coming in and saving him, that would have been a little bit more different. And the Hopkins thing, I wasn't a big fan of the Hopkins, oh, she's a bad person type of thing. I wasn't a fan of that one bit. But overall, still, it's a good finale. I mean, it's really a great season overall. Again, killing off Mark a little bit too early. I'm not early, but I wish his death would have been a little bit more umphed. But Theo's death, you know, Theo can't survive. He had a headshot already and fell in water. So Theo's gone, or is he? Is he really? Are we really all gone when we have a headshot? But I enjoyed it overall. I honestly did. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about the following series finale, episode 14 and 15. Tell me what was better, episode 14, episode 15, a B, B plus. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry I was a little bit distracted. I have people out in the house right now, around the area, so I'm sorry. Thanks again, guys. Holy crap! Do not forget I review other. At least I should. I'll be reviewing Wayward Pines this summer. The Last Ship, The Strain, Fear the Walking Dead, Halt and Catch Fire, much more. Check it out, guys, in the summer. And hashtag save the following. Still fight. Never give up. Until the next time, may the Spock be with you always. I would like to thank everyone for sticking around for the following Season 3 over the past, 12, 13 weeks of the following. Thank you so much, and everyone who stuck around with me since Season 2. It's been a blast. It's been fun, and I wish it could continue, and I want it to continue. I want to see where Ryan Hardy goes next. And, well, that means they show Mike and everything. I like how they gave Mike a more bigger arc in the last 4 episodes. That was really awesome. I wish he kind of had a bigger arc in the beginning of Season 3 also. But thanks for not killing off Mike. Thanks for not killing off Max. The Hardy family still lives on. Except Mike's not Hardy. Still, again, thanks again for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. May Spock be with you always.